So that was actually the first time I've ever used Adobe Premiere, so hopefully it wasn't too bad. Definitely a lot to learn, but that's what this channel is here for. So this video is basically going to be about what you should be spending your money on if you're just getting into photography, and basically learning from my mistakes, what I've wasted money on and what is pretty much no use when I was starting out. So let's talk about camera bodies to start off with. I first bought the Canon 750D, so this is a great camera. I'm currently using it to record. It's 24 megapixels, it's got Wi-Fi, a rotating touchscreen, so it's got all these brilliant features that are great for a beginner. So I have just recently upgraded to the Canon 5D Mark III, so this is a brilliant camera. It's a bit more towards the professional range. However, I've managed to get this quite cheap second hand, so it was very good value. So next up, something that will cost everyone a lot of money, lenses. So this is the 18 to 55mm Canon. So this is basically the standard kit lens that comes with every new camera if you're buying it. So it's very basic. It's good for general use, portraits, some landscape. However, I don't really use this anymore. So to replace this lens, I have bought the 24 to 70mm, which is currently getting used. I think the 24 to 70mm f2.8. So this is a brilliant lens, quite expensive. However, it's definitely worth spending your money on good quality lens. And on the upper range, I have the Tamron 70 to 200. This is also f2.8 with image stabilization. The only downside for this lens is it's so heavy. It weighs 1.5 kilos, so if you are planning on hiking or a long walk, just actually think if you really need to carry this lens because it's very heavy. Next up, tripods. So I'm currently using the Vanguard VO. A tripod is definitely worth investing in. I've currently bought 2 or 3 tripods and the first lot of them have just broke, so spend a bit of money. So this Vanguard can hold about 8 kilos and it goes up to the height of 1.5 meters, so it's perfect for what I'm currently using it for. So definitely spend a bit more money, don't go super cheap on your tripod. So the first ND filters I bought were from Go. So these little filters are circular and they twist onto your filter ring. However, I made the mistake of using this on my 18 to 55. So being a cheaper lens, the actual focus ring is also the filter ring. So when you're attaching your filters, you're completely twisting out your focus. So just keep that in mind if you're buying some filters. So to counter that, the next filter I bought was this Cann. So these ND filters simply slide onto your ring and then you're pretty much good to go. So much easier to use. They're still rather cheap. The only issue I have with these ones is the color. So it's a slight purple hue. However, it's very easy to fix. So next up, so this is a rather cheap little gadget. It's called an L bracket. So basically it attaches to the bottom of your camera. So instead of rotating your entire tripod, or the ball of a tripod I should say, this basically allows you to flip it from landscape to portrait, so it doesn't alter the camera's position too much. So very simple, it's about $20 to $30 on Amazon. So next up, remote shutter releases. So you can get a cheap third-party release for like $20 to $30 on Amazon, much cheaper than like Canon or Nikon shutter releases. However, you don't necessarily need them. You can simply use a 2-second timer if you want, and it's one less thing to carry. However, if you are wanting to do time lapses and your camera does not have an intervalometer, this is an accessory that you should purchase. Next up, spare batteries. So I only carry 2 batteries pretty much everywhere I go. You don't really need to go out buy 5 or 6. 1 or 2 batteries tends to be enough for a full day shooting, so it's just something extra to carry, it's just extra money, so I would only recommend buying 1 extra spare battery. So to start out, the only equipment that I would actually recommend spending money on is your camera body, your tripod and your lens. Everything else can sort of wait. It's not necessarily needed beginning photography. However, if you have a bit of extra money, definitely think about investing in some of this gear I've mentioned. I'll put all the links below, so feel free to click. So I'll put all the links below, so feel free to click on them and you can have a quick look at the products and a bit more of a description. So that was just a very quick video of gear, what you should buy and what not to waste your money on straight away. Please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Comment below on upcoming videos.